Hello, and welcome to the Lighthouse Brand Builders podcast. I'm Peter Wilkin, and I'm here to help you build differentiated, enduring brands and thriving businesses. It's not really a podcast. It's more a series of strategic insights, stories, and secrets of success from a lifetime's career in advertising, brand consulting, and change management. The thread that binds them is brand-centered management, the trademark brand building process and philosophy I developed with my partners at the brand company over 20 years ago, that's since been embraced by thousands of brand professionals and some of the world's most iconic brands. The 4Ds process and brand DNAs have become well known in brand strategy circles. The focus here is practical advice you can apply straight away to your business. It gives you a glimpse inside the Lighthouse Brand Strategy Academy, our online coaching program, where we aim to democratize effective brand strategy. So come with me, take a step inside the virtual lighthouse. Welcome. Going back to it, you would come into the agency and there would be this huge snooker table. And we had meeting rooms that were all of different types. So one was a boxing ring. So it literally was a boxing ring with ropes and things. So we knew if we had a combative meeting or if we were setting up an intentional debate on a complex issue where, you had a debating teams on opposite sides to be able to negotiate a strategic happy middle ground, as it were, you would take opposite corners in the ring. We knew if there was sometimes going to be a difficult meeting with a client, we would make fun of it and say, right, we disagree on this. Let's fight it out. Let's punch it out. Right. And it was great fun. And they would get into that. We had on the opposite side, we had one room that was designed like a Japanese restaurant with a sunken floor table, where you had to take your shoes off and to be able to go in there and. Mm-hmm. And I semi-joke, but if we ever thought we were going to get fired by a client, we'd take them into the Japanese room, because the thought being that nobody's going to leave the agency without their shoes, and the truth is nobody ever fired us from that room. So it was a kind of good luck room that we used to use for some of the real difficult meetings. We had a standing only space for short meetings to intentionally kind of keep them short. And of course, we had a standard kind of enclosed door boardroom office as well. The whole environment was sculpted into different areas, and we had elevated access. So we had little wooden platforms built and wooden, interesting, differently shaped offices in the creative area that was slightly elevated from the rest, and it sent a subtle signal. Don't let us forget who the milking cows are. We're all about developing creative ideas from the creative department and people that we need to help nurture. That's our product, the richness and diversity of relevant, credible, creative ideas that we're producing for our clients that drive their business. So it did artificially or intentionally elevate the perceived role of the creative people within our agency, but without doing anyone else down. Everyone else had their own kind of area, and would have it guided different mapped out areas with kind of color coding beautiful Malaysian tiles on the floor. It was just a stunning piece of architecture, and that went down as a kind of example. Burnett's ended up flying people in from the worldwide network all over to see what we had done to kind of create this amazing creative environment. And it sent a real signal and a buzz. People wanted to work there in that environment, and the clients felt that this wasn't going to be a fly-by-night agency. If anything, we'd built our solid castle of stone, and we were going to be around, and that was the message. We're going to see this recession out, and it was a long recession for 4 or 5 years. But at the end of it, obviously we backed it up with work that we were delivering and through the fantastic people we had there. But at the end of the day, there were only 2 agencies that managed to grow in that recession, and one of them was us. And we ended up losing 1 client, and we won 17 new ones. So it was a real story of if you want to zig when others are zagging, when most of the markets ran and ducked for cover and cut back severely, even though we did sensible cut back, so we grew in a period of decline. So an opportunity, if you like, that was exploited.
Wow, very interesting. The concept of an architecture's effect on a work environment and having those kind of creative spaces, and what a polar opposite that is to the cubicles of most spots.
Yeah, you're right, Adam. And it's hugely underestimated. Culture is one of the most complicated things to be able to build. It's very easy to identify. You can walk into a room and sense, whoa, there's a buzz of vibrancy and energy and creativity and thrill and risk and curiosity, and all of those kind of adjectives fly at you in certain environments, and at others you kind of go in and think, oh gosh, what's going on here? It's dead. Where's the atmosphere? There's no oxygen in the room. There's no energy. Let's move out of here, kind of thing. Yeah. And others have got that. I mean, I think amongst the best examples I've been to, one of our friends is an animator and a graphic designer at Pixar, and we went down there, and it was fabulous. They'd taken it to an even further extreme in terms of personalization. They gave each one of their animators a small budget to kind of create their own office environment, and so some of the taken smashed up fuselages from some of the Hollywood sets of a crashed airplane in the jungle, and you walked into their office through the hanging off door of a fuselage of a DC-3 past vines into their office. It was amazing. Another one had a beach bar on a Hawaiian beach with live visuals of swaying palm trees, and another one had a 50s classic cafe diner with the red kind of plastic seats and everything in it. They were amazing. Everyone's dream office, if you like. They weren't all as kind of dramatic as that, but many of them were, and it said so much about the philosophy of the place and the people in it who were creating these marvelous creative animated movies that Pixar do. Thank you for listening to the Lighthouse Brand Builders podcast. If you found this helpful and want to know more, please visit my website at peterwilkin.com. That's Wilkin with an E at the end. You'll find more free resources, instructional videos, and links there. If you're a CEO or a business owner looking to build your brand, or a brand strategist looking to level up your skills, check out the CBO Masterclass in the Lighthouse Brand Strategy Academy, where you'll be guided through a comprehensive, stepwise process to develop your unique brand DNA and learn the skills to become a certified Chief Brand Officer. If you have any brand or strategy related questions you'd like answered, you can ask them in the showcase notes below. I'll do my best to address them. Thank you, and see you next time.